Hi, this is RockinRobin, and today I'm looking at the top 10 best small items to sell on eBay, or some of these on Mercari, and some could be Poshmark, but all of them can be sold on eBay. It's going to be an interesting episode, so you stay with us and we'll see those smalls. So the first item that I'm going with is video games. Now, they can be video games from any era. They can be video games from any system, but they're very easy to ship. But you have to look them up because some are worth money and some are really not. So you don't want to buy them for $4 and they're only worth $5, or they're worth $1.99. People at garage sales and tag sales, they don't always know the price. I'm always looking for something that's $1 unless I know something, like PlayStation 4 is more recent and Nintendo's are older. So it really depends. Some can be worth a real lot of money. I mean, in the thousands of dollars. So you always want to look these up. But some are not. And most of the time, if you get them, you're probably going to find something newer. But if you find something that's worth $30 or $40, it's a good item to sell. A lot of people will sell video games and only video games because they know about them. If this is something you know about, it is a great category to get into and to sell. And when you go to garage sales and the thrift stores, always look them up. They are definitely worth looking up. Don't just pass them by and say, oh, video games. Whether you play video games or not, it is a great small to sell. And there's always money in this. It's easy to ship. You can just put them in a package. Not a big deal. They usually don't break. Of course, you want to ship everything nicely. The second category is jewelry. Now, a lot of people do jewelry. I do some jewelry, but I don't know that much about jewelry, so I don't do as much as I used to. I've acquired a lot of jewelry in the States, and if it is sterling silver or gold, it's a good category for you to send. You really need to know something about the jewelry, and vintage costume jewelry can do well also. So if you can sell jewelry and you have a lot of it, it's very easy to ship. That's always a nice thing. You might want to insure some items if they are very breakable, but a lot of people like jewelry, and it's the easiest to ship, I guess, of all. I always put them in a special little box and then put them in a bag just to be on the safe side. And people like that. It's like a gift box, and they're very cheap if you can get them online, or sometimes even at the dollar store. Sometimes you can get them. But jewelry is a great small, and you can make a lot of money if you know your jewelry and you're able to get some sterling. I've bought sterling and I've bought gold for $1. I mean, some people just don't know. And sometimes you might be better off bringing them to a pawn shop. But a lot of times on eBay, you can sell them and you can make money. And so this is your type of thing, especially costume jewelry and antique and vintage jewelry. eBay is a great place to sell, and you can also sell these on Mercari. You can also sell the video games on Mercari. So it's a good place, and I recommend you cross-post and sell on both if you can. But if it's a great category, look at even charms. None of these are my items. I'm going to show you when I do have items, and you can see more, and I'll tell you more about what I sold and what I paid for it, and what I'm hoping to get, and why I bought it, and anything else I can think about it. So jewelry is a great small, and that is number 2 on our list, is to sell jewelry. All kinds. That is one of mine, and I got that for like $1.25. And I haven't been able to sell it. I'll sell it at the flea market if I can't sell it here. Now, action figures. I love action figures, and these 2 are my action figures. I buy them in little bags, and you can get them in bags for like $4.99. This guy was in the bag too, and he is worth $20 free shipping, and I'm going to sell him. I spent maybe, $20 on bags, and I got quite a variety. Look at these littlest pet shop figures. There's a lot of little figures in bags that you can sell. I sell action figures. These were Star Wars. They don't all have to be small, little tiny things in a bag. They can be even Disney. Even Disney, I consider them figures, action figures, because who doesn't like Elsa and Anna? I mean, any kind of figures like that. Next, paperweights. They're small, they're not hard to pack, but you have to be careful with the packing. Make sure you have a lot of bubble wrap. But some are worth a lot. They're very small. They're not difficult to send if you have the small box, like I said. Insure them if they're worth a lot of money. But they are definitely a small item that you can sell, and a lot of times it will sell well. And you have to learn the Millefiori glass. You have to learn what you have. And I know people who've made thousands and thousands on just one paperweight. So they can be very good. I sell them when I can. I haven't had any really valuable. I think the most valuable I had was $100. I did have a Baccarat one time, and I did sell that for $400. That was quite a while ago. But, you never know. You got to keep looking them up. And it's a good thing even if you want to sell it on Mercari. And again, you can sell them at the flea market. I wouldn't spend more than $4 or $5, but just like everything else, look it up before you buy it, especially if you're getting it at a thrift store, because they're going to be a little bit more probably than at a tag sale. But if you go to estate sales, you might find some sale. This one's worth a lot, for instance. What a beauty. And there's a couple of them that I had up that are definitely worth quite a bit of money. All right, so we're going to go to our next small. The next small is something you can definitely find, and that is hats, caps. There's a lot of different caps you can find. Now, I like to specialize in caps that are sports teams. I find I like a lot of money selling NFL and NHL and college caps, but there's a lot of other ones that you can sell that are definitely worth money. If you're going to sell the NHL, you want to make sure it has a good name. Fitted caps are worth more. New Era caps are worth a lot. But there are some caps like this Just Don that I recently found, and I have it up, believe it or not, for $450. I've had a lot of offers. I haven't sold it yet. I probably would take $400, but see, there's always going to be something. I've sold caps for $70. There's a lot of different amounts of caps, and you'll be surprised at some of the money and some of the rare ones that you can find. Again, you have to look them up. If you're not selling something in particular and you just want to do hats, I don't know how long some of these hats sit on the rack with nobody taking them. And then when I go and I see, and a lot of times they'll be worth a lot, and they're easy to ship, easy to pack. You can sell them on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And you'll get to know which ones sell and which ones don't as you do it. But in the beginning, of course, look them up. Easy to put into a package, easy to sell. They don't break. It's just a good item and a good small that you can find anywhere. And if you look at the right one, you'll make some money. I always like selling caps. And again, if I can't sell them, and they've been there a while, I bring them to the flea market and then they go. Next is Christmas ornaments. Yes, I love selling Christmas ornaments and I love selling Hallmark. Not all Hallmark are worth a lot. Some are and some are not. Sometimes you have to even get brand new ones. You can sell them for more sometimes if you buy them at Hallmark, depending on if they're sold out. But otherwise, I look for a lot of different items. See, like that one right there? I got that in a package of ornaments, and they were all Hallmark. And I think I spent like $2.99, and I got a variety of ones I could set up. But there are also some other ones that are very, very rare. So if you keep your eyes out, you might just find a rare one. Now, this is a nice Disney one that I got at the Disney store, but that is not a rare one. That's a collectible, and people who like that will buy and sell Disney. Now, here are some older ones that are worth pretty good amounts of money. So keep your eyes open all the time for rare and different ornaments. Glass ornaments can be worth a lot. If they say Germany on them, sometimes that makes them worth a lot. You'd be very, very surprised. I found this one at a tag sale for $2, and it's worth about $40. So, hey, that's a good find for me. Here is another really pretty one. I like this one a lot. It is an antique and is German as well. And here is a Hallmark one. I told you can buy them there when they first come out. This was a limited edition 100th anniversary ornament, and now it's sold out. The next category of smalls to look for is books. Now, this is a big table book, but there are even small books that you can buy and you can sell. And you can sell them in lots if you want. Sometimes you have to look for the names. Sometimes There'll be a bunch together, and together they're worth more than they are single. I'm showing you a couple of ones that I have lotted that I have up. And, you really have to look at them, but they are a great thing to sell on eBay. Some people don't do anything but sell books. And if you know something about books and you like books, why not give it a try? Even some of the ones you have in your house, maybe they're not going to be worth a lot. Maybe you've read them, you're tired of them, and you need to get rid of the collection, but you can make some money on them. So there's something worth looking into. People are always reading books. They always need books. So I tend to look them up, but I only look up ones that I think are rare, unique, different, or that I know are worth a lot. I've sold a few for quite a few bucks, so I know to look for those. And some others, if they look different, I will definitely look them up. Some people will just sit in front of it, scan the items. I have a video on how to scan each book individually, and each one that's worth something they'll buy if there's some profit in it, and they won't. But it's easy to pack. You can send them a media rate because they're books, so it's cheap to send, cheap to ship, easy to ship. They're not going to break. Just pack them well so the covers don't get messed up. You don't want any more messed up than you can. Make sure you describe it well, if it's really worn, if it's really used, or if they are in good condition. Now, next is mugs. I belong to an eBay group where I talk to fellow eBayers, and a lot of people just sell mugs, and that is their specialty. But you have to look for something rare. You can't just get coffee mugs, the everyday coffee mugs. Nobody wants that. They're looking for something new, something unusual. So you have to keep your eyes peeled. And again, you have to look them up. That's always been the key. Now, they're easy to ship. They're small, but they are breakable, so you need to pack them well. One of the things people always say is to look up Starbucks mugs with cities and towns. Those can sell very well. Lately, it's getting overwhelmed, so they're not selling as good as they used to be, but they still do sell. I like to sell Disney mugs and kinds of mugs with different characters that people do know, and if they're vintage, they sell well also. This is one of my Disney mugs. I just thought that was so adorable. I had to grab him and put him up. Now, I have had him up for a while and he didn't sell, so you never know. This is one from The View. I mean, there are different kinds of mugs everywhere, and don't hesitate to go through them. Take them off the shelf and look them up, because some can really be worth a lot. I mean, hundreds of dollars for mugs. And like I said, I know several people, that's all they do. Next is coins. These are very, very easy to ship, but I don't know anything about coins, so I don't sell coins. But a lot of people tell me that this is one category that you can make a lot of money in. One of the problems that I find with this is it's not easy to find coins. If you're going to find them, a lot of times you got to go in pawn shops and they know the value of them. But if you are at home and you have some coins, this is great. You can see right here, even squished pennies will sell. But you can also sometimes find collections and different things at garage sales. So if coins is your thing, garage sales, tag sales might be better off to look. I haven't really seen a whole lot of these at the thrift store. I think they probably take them and put them online themselves. But if you go to a home, sometimes an estate sale will have some. Sometimes people have them and don't even realize they're worth something. You can also find some in a bag. You just never know. So next are belt buckles. A lot of people overlook belt buckles, and I don't know why. They are a great small to sell. I find them often at the flea market for like $1, and I will pick them up. I do sell some at the flea market that are not worth a lot, but definitely more than $1. But sometimes you find them at the thrift stores, and you definitely can find them at garage sales. And again, I believe you can sell these on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. So whichever one that you use, it's a great item to sell. I love selling these, and I find them all over. I feel like nobody looks at these. And I don't know why. I even find some on belts, and I find them at thrift stores as well. But most of the time, I find them either at the flea market from other dealers or at garage sales. And yes, I always look them up, and I walk away from the flea market and I look them up and come back if they are worth something. But if they're $1, chances are they're going to be worth something. But you get to know the rare features on them, the older ones. They got to be in good condition. You don't want stuff that's garbage. You want stuff that's really, really neat. So those are the 10 categories of smalls that are great to sell on eBay. Please remember to subscribe, hit the bell, and give us a big thumbs up. We have a lot of information for you that's going to help you make a lot of money in eBay. Now you go out there, you look for something good, you buy it, you put it up online, and you go make yourself some money.